This is the beginning of Becky and I's Europe trip. We took the plane from LAX to Paris, and then we had a stop in Copenhagen, and then once we got to Paris, we took another plane to Barcelona. This is our first day, or our only day in Barcelona, but the first day of our Europe trip officially. We took the subway and we started off the day going to the church.
It's the first time trying lunches in Barcelona. It's breezed by a machine.
Tastes like an orange.
That's good though.
It tastes like an American orange.
Huh?
It tastes like an American orange.
Oh, you move. Ooh, there's a bug in my face.
You want to try?
What you try? Okay, Joanne's POV. Oh, wow. Ooh,
It's
like
sour.
pretty. Yeah, but it's good though. I think that's just a toothpaste. I haven't used anything since Copenhagen.
No, not even, because
Why? I mean,
we were on the
chips.
plane,
Oh, true.
so we weren't even in
We
Copenhagen.
weren't even in, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go to the market and get food.
Oh, fuck it.
And then we went to one of the food markets there, and we got breakfast/lunch there.
This is what was it? It was a tomato cheese basil. I just got dough.
Show the inside. Oh, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Nuts.
I kind of just a big one. Okay, big bite. Still got dough. Whatever, the dough's good.
I have an empanada.
Hmm?
Spicy.
Is it spicy? Oh wow! Oh good.
First meal in like a gazillion hours.
Literally. Did you get that bite? Not dough anymore. Wow.
There's like a fried pizza.
Little bit. This is good though. Ah, yours. Because we're from Barcelona.
Once we finished eating, we just walked around. There was this like square plaza type area where there were a bunch of pigeons. We also went to a Christmas shop there and we got some ornaments. Then we sat down and actually had lunch at a paella restaurant. After that, we went to an aquarium. They have this tram thing where you just stand and it'll move you along this hallway where you can see the sharks and stingrays swim above and next to you. After the aquarium, we headed to the airport.
Oh, I see.
Where? Back at the airport?
The airport, I see her so bad.
Our feet are killing us, but we're going to Rome. We made it through security, and we have to change our shoes. You hungry?
A little bit.
A little bit. Or that's the only thing I saw.
That's one thing I thought too.
Then we'll get food. We can get food first.
Are you hungry?
Kind of. Yeah. If I don't eat, it'll probably be like tomorrow morning or today morning.
Like how we saw.
But we'll get food, and then we'll wash our faces, and then get on our plane. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Once we landed in Rome, we headed to the Airbnb. We are now in Rome. We got here around to the Airbnb around 1 a.m. This is the Airbnb we're staying in. That's our bed. Yeah. It's been tiring traveling a lot, but just have a couple more days. We'll go through Italy by bus, and then once we get to Paris, we'll have 3 days there, and everything will be more relaxed and chill. Okay. I'm gonna head to bed now, and yeah, see you tomorrow. We are in Rome.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. He's just waiting for us to cross. I don't know.
It's gonna go now.
We're gonna go to drop off our luggage. We dropped off our luggage at a luggage hold facility or storage area and rode the bus past the Colosseum into Vatican City. So, we just got a fine.
We're international as Joanne says.
We got a fine for getting on the bus and not knowing how to pay, but it's fine. Once we got into Vatican City, we decided to go with a group tour since that would mean not having to wait in line. The whole tour took about 3.5 hours. After that, we got some pasta.
Sweating, it's hot.
That's a lot of cream. It's a lot of cream.
I got cream.
Okay, we're gonna go to Paris. Bye-bye. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
After the tiramisu, we just walked around to see all the different touristy sites. We saw the Trevi Fountain, and then we walked over to the Spanish Steps, and then walked back over to the Colosseum. We decided to grab a sandwich for dinner for our bus ride to Florence. Before we headed off to the bus station, we got some gelato. We were gonna ride the bus to Florence, and that took about 2 to 3 hours, I think. This is the next morning when we were in Florence. We hopped onto the train and took our luggage with us since we were also going to be there for just a day. We dropped off our luggage and then went to a cafe for some coffee. After our coffee, we just walked around the plaza. Most of our time in Florence was just spent walking around, looking around, and buying stuff. For lunch, we just picked a random restaurant and got some spritzes. We also got pizza and pasta. gelato. After gelato, we took another bus to Venice. Hello, we are now in Venice. This is our room for tonight. We have our private bathroom, and we're gonna be here until tomorrow morning 10 a.m. Then we'll go into like the Venice Island, and then we'll do some stuff, and then we'll head off to Paris. Okay, good night and bye-bye. Our Airbnb wasn't in the Venice Island, it was more the city, so we had to ride the bus into the island part of it. Once we got onto the island, we decided to grab some breakfast at a cafe. So we got some coffee, I got a cannoli, and Becca got a muffin. And then most of Venice was also just walking around, enjoying the view and shopping. We got pasta and pizza again for lunch. And then we headed to the airport where we were flying to Paris. Next morning when we were in Paris, we started off our day at Angelina's, where we got the famous hot chocolate. After breakfast, we walked over to Shakespeare and Company. And then after that, we walked over to the Louvre. Not really sure how to say it, but... And then we headed over to the Eiffel Tower. We had picked up some macarons earlier in the day, so we just sat in front of the Eiffel Tower. And we then got steak and potatoes for dinner. After dinner, we just sat in front of the Eiffel Tower and watched it twinkle. The next day, we were at Disneyland.
You got chicken nuggets?
I got chicken nuggets.
And french fries?
Well, we got french fries.
Okay. There's like a french fry.
Chicken nuggets.
I got a hot dog. I already tried it though.
It doesn't matter.
But there's an edible spoon and an edible bowl.
That shit's amazing. Oh, my brain.
It's so interesting.
My brain froze for a second.
You can freeze it more. Hurry up. It's melting.
Shama? It's good. How do you know it's edible?
You can taste it.
What if it's just the flavor of the Dole Whip?
Scrape your teeth against the fucking thing. It's edible.
That's edible. That's so dope, bro.
Right?
At one point it started raining, and it rained for I think maybe less than 5 minutes. On the way back from Disneyland to our Airbnb, we were able to catch the Eiffel Tower twinkling when it was dark out. This is our last day in Paris, and we're all in pain.
I just want to go home.
After this, we had 3 more days in London, 1 day in Amsterdam. Technically, half day in Paris. I have no idea what to do in Amsterdam, but you know, it's okay. Or tattoo. We're gonna sit at a tattoo shop for like hours, but it's okay.
We're gonna tell them, hey,
We got nothing else to do.
we got nothing else to do.
For our final day in Paris, we just walked around.
Better than the one in Barcelona. So good. I got a quiche. Am I supposed to like manhandle like?
There's a fork over here and a knife.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna switch it like this because that's weird. I'll just leave the one stretch to the side. If I eat my quiche. No. Oh. I got a veggie quiche because I didn't want to put ham and cheese. The other one, you know, this which we're gonna overlook that. How do you fish it taste like that? The what? Oh, I can see it. I'm just gonna cut it. Quiche.
Don't say half of that.
I'm gonna say that later half of mine. So update Joanna, I look like a connected dots fucking game. So
It's so hard. They don't feel like it's going much. EPS. It's 10 over. It's gonna explode from the bottom.
I'll just eat a side. What is it, coffee?
I don't want to get the chocolate one.
It's one at the bottom. I was feeling good as good on the outside.
Most of this day was spent going to different pharmacies just to check out what they had. We had also booked a time to go to the catacombs, and we spent, I would say, like maybe an hour in there looking at everything. Dude, it's like then we grabbed dinner. Then the next day, we got onto a train to head to London. It took about 3 hours to get there on the train, which wasn't bad. First thing we did once we got there was check out the Hogwarts store at King's Cross. We then walked around and stopped by a coffee shop.
If anyone in this video wasn't aware, Harry's home.
We went to Madame Tussauds. Once we left Madame Tussauds, it started raining, so we headed to the Airbnb to check in. After checking in and settling in, we went to get fish and chips. The next day, we started it off at Buckingham Palace, and we just walked around that area. We saw Big Ben. We went to the British Museum. We went to Dishoom for lunch, which is an Indian place. After Dishoom, we went to Chinatown. After Chinatown, we just went back to the Airbnb to relax for the night.
This is my last day in London. She can see. She can see her last day.
This was our final day in London, and we started it off at the Borough Food Market. I think that's what it's called. We saw another fish and chip shop, so we wanted to try that and compare that to the one we had the day before. We also went to get the famous strawberry and melted chocolate. After walking around the Borough Food Market, We went over to Westminster Palace and just walked around there. We then saw Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fountain. We grabbed dinner at Nando's and then headed back to the Airbnb. We are leaving our London Airbnb and then we're gonna have a couple travel days ahead of us. We're going to Amsterdam this morning and then tonight we're gonna be riding the bus to Paris, and then we'll have 12 or 14 hours in Paris before we head onto our plane from Paris to Copenhagen. Then we have a 12-hour layover from Copenhagen to the US, and then we'll be back in LA. So it's gonna be crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Once we got to Amsterdam, we went to a coffee shop, and then headed over to the Van Gogh Museum. After the Van Gogh Museum, we walked down, I think what they call their Flower Street, and then we grabbed pho for lunch. We then found a tattoo parlor where Becca got a tattoo. We then got some stroopwafels and McDonald's before we rode the bus from Amsterdam to Paris. That was an overnight bus, so we got to Paris at I think 6 a.m. and then we rode the train to the airport where we flew from Paris to Copenhagen and then Copenhagen back to LA.